What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing some back testing on EURUSD, but before I get into that, I wanted to show you guys yesterday's session. I had a nice 81% win rate and I'm up 4.5k in the account. I started with a 25k account balance because right now I'm working on passing a 25k funded account, so I want to make this as similar as possible. But yeah, we won 9 out of the 11 trades I took, which is pretty good. And these were all taken on the 5-minute charts. I trade supply and demand on the 5-minute, and sometimes I also trade liquidity grabs and break and retest, but mainly supply and demand. But if this was on my actual funded account, that shit would have been passed. So yeah, this is pretty good. But today we're going to be doing EURUSD, so let's get into that. I don't normally trade EURUSD. Like, I actually can't remember the last time I traded this pair. Usually I trade GU, I'll trade gold, and I've been trading some SPX 500 recently, but and not really too much EURUSD, but I just want to switch things up a little bit. Because I backtested GU a lot, so I want to change it up. But yeah, so first things first, when I get into the charts, I like to do my top-down analysis. So I'll start on the daily time frame and see what's going on. Okay, so I see we're under the 50 and 200 SMA, and it looks like price is trying to get a little correction. And if we look back, we can see that price is holding off of this demand zone on the daily. But usually I don't really mark up daily. I don't really mark anything up on the daily. Usually I go down to the 4-hour, and then I'll try to see if there's either demand or supply being made. So here we can see we broke structure right here on the 4-hour. So we have a 4-hour demand set up, 4-hour demand right here. And price also broke above the 50, and it's looking like it wants to hold. So we are still under the 200 SMA, but because, as you can see on the daily, we're also in this demand area, and price is looking like it wants to hold, and we're breaking structure to the upside. I'm bullish on this. So let me go down to the 1-hour so I can see a little more. Okay, on the 1-hour you can see price looks like it wanted to hold at the 50 to come back down, but then we had another break of structure to the upside, and we're having a little correction. So I think we're about to get another movement to the upside, and it's looking like it's wanting to hold here. So let me go down to the 15-minute. So we got a 15-minute demand right here. Price is holding off this. We're breaking more structure to the upside, so I'm gonna see if I can find a demand set up to get in on the 5-minute. I mean, right here we do have this demand. We have nice engulfing too, no candles closing the box, but the only thing I don't like is this demand doesn't have a gap, and I like my setups to have a gap. It's higher probability, but let's see on the 1-minute what's going on. So we don't have the gap, but I'm still gonna take this setup. I still think we can get a win here. I'm gonna have my stop loss under this demand zone, and I'm just going for 1-to-1. It's like perfectly on this 200 SMA. So see if we can get it. I'm gonna be risking. I'm gonna risk 2% on the first trade, and then on 1% on the rest. That's usually what I'll try to do in a funded account. So I want to try to keep this as realistic as possible. Got 4.5 pips. Okay. All right, so we got 500 risk. I'm not gonna set my take profit, but now if we get to here, I'll close out. Let's see. Holy shit, okay. Damn. So what the fuck just happened? What kind of... Oh, 15 minute. Okay, so we got stopped out instantly. Looks like price on the 15 minute held off that 50 SMA. Just shot down, so... I'm gonna see... Let's see if price wants to hold on this 15 minute demand. If not, we might be coming down to this 4-hour zone here. So let's see. We also have this little 4-hour demand, but this is better. We have a gap that still needs to get filled. So okay. So it looks like price was just trying to grab some liquidity. Held off this demand right here on the 5 minute. Broke structure, corrected itself, held off the 50, and continued up. So now I think price is ready to reverse, to go back up. Let's see what's going on. 50. Okay. So let's see if we can get another entry here on the 5 minute. Okay, have a gap. Sometimes though, I do like, if I see that we have a demand set up, but then right next to it we have an area of resistance or support that it breaks and retests, and it's looking like it wants to hold. If that lines up with the fib, then sometimes I'll take that instead of letting it come in, actually tap the box. Like right here, for example, we're pretty much getting a nice rejection off the 0.6. So I could wait. I could either get an aggressive or I could wait for it to break this. But because yeah, we just broke the 50 and 200 SMA. And we got some nice strong candles to the upside. We're breaking structure. I'm confident on getting an aggressive here. So let me try and get a re-entry. Sorry, I shouldn't have deleted that. I'll have my stop loss under the fib. And my target will be... Usually I like to go for 1-to-1 if it's looking good. Well, ideally a 1-to-2 would be nice, but I'm okay with the 1-to-1. If price is looking good, then when it gets to 1-to-1, I'll either take partials or move my stop loss to break even, and then yeah, let it ride. But what would a 1-to-2 be? Yeah, I think we get a 1-to-2. That's good enough. Okay, so hopefully we can get a 1-to-2, make back that loss. Alright, so we're almost at a 1-to-1. So I think that would have been a 1-to-1 right there, so I could have took that, but I'm gonna hold out. Damn. Holy shit. Yeah, there we go. Fucking, that'd have been crazy. Dude, 1-to-6, man. Holy fuck. Okay. But yeah, I have my shit set at like a 1-to-2. So yeah, I would have got up pretty much right there. Realistically. So I'll close that. Nice. Made back that loss plus a little profit. But damn though. That could be a fucking 1-to-6. It's a good setup. So yeah, that was just a simple 5-minute demand setup. And I seen we weren't coming back into the demand. Price was holding off of this resistance zone, plus it was lining up with the fib, so we just got our entry off the rejection. We got an aggressive, I didn't wait for the engulfing. Nice simple setup, and we're also broke above the 50-200 SMA, looking like it wants to hold, so that was a good setup. I'm gonna see if I can get in again, if price wants to give me another entry at this demand, because it did tap into this 5-minute supply right here. The rejection. So I think it's just grabbing some liquidity. Gonna correct itself and head back up to the upside. It's looking good. Okay, so sometimes, yeah, price just be riding and you won't get your entry. That's the one thing about supply and demand. Sometimes it doesn't come back into the demand, but eventually it's gonna have to, because eventually it's gonna, all this liquidity, it's gonna need to come and grab. If we can get in this 5-minute demand, we have a little gap right here, so we can come, so price can come, fill it, get a nice wick, rejection, go back up. Might get in there and see on the 15-minute. Price is also lining up too with this supply area, so nice break and retest of the zone. Makes this more high, makes this a higher probability setup as well. And all this bullish momentum that's telling me buyers are in the market, so definitely. See if we can set up the C. Okay, got the tap. See if it wants to hold. No, okay, so we broke through. So now I'd want to see price come tap back into the zone and go back up, but a lot of the time price doesn't come back into the zone and it'll actually like to hold off with the 50 or the 200. So let's see if this lines up with the fib again. Again, we broke past a little bit, but rejecting off the 0.6. Let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, so we did get a break. Okay. See, now that's what I like to see it. We didn't quite get the tap, so I want to see this get filled in. Most of the time, if it doesn't tap the zone, I won't enter. And that's just, yeah, like I said with the fib, it's all lined up. But if it doesn't tap the zone most of the time, I won't enter. But if you go on the 15-minute though, you can see that it's tapping into the 15-minute demand right here perfectly. So we do have a rejection out the 15-minute, but I'm still gonna see if I get an entry on the 5. So I want to see a candle get engulfed just like that. See if we can get an entry. Stop loss under the candle. Target would be at the top right here. So we're gonna see. I'm gonna risk at 250 again. That's way too much. Go like 280. It's okay. Okay, so price is looking like it wants to come back down, but hopefully it's gonna hold at the zone. Okay, nice. So we did get a little rejection off this 50, which could have made this reverse, but we did break past. So now I think we should be good. See, the only thing I don't like about backtesting is like the candles move so fast. Like realistically in the market, like if this was up at a 1-to-1, which not quite, almost, but if price gets to a 1-to-1 and looking like wants to reject, like I'd probably just take that out. So it's kind of annoying because with backtesting, this scan is just like candle at a time, so you can't really see it like a live candle, but it's all good. Okay, almost at a 1-to-1. See, like right there, that would have gave us a 1-to-1 right there. And realistically, in the real markets, if I seen this and we're trying to get a big rejection like that, I probably would have just closed out. But hopefully we're gonna get the hold on that. Okay, I should. Let me add a take profit. Target right here. Just a 1-to-1. That's all we need. One 5 6 9 7. Okay. So see if we can come back. Tap that. Nice. Alright. So nice little 1-to-1, 0.1. So we're up 366 on the account. It's 2 for 3. Let me go to the okay. So I do like how price is now has broken past 50-200 SMA, and we're getting nice clean breaks of structures to the upside. But I do see we are tapping into this 15-minute supply area, so I want to see price break this high right here before I get in again, because if price holds here, I might want to drop back, come back down into, actually no, never mind, because that did get filled. Okay, so price already got filled here with this candle. Price came in, filled all this liquidity, and came back up. So realistically, we shouldn't drop back under this again. So let me see. Yeah. Broke these highs right here, so let's see. Get another entry on the 5-minute. And also, like, realistically, like, I'm not gonna take this many trades in a day. Like, I only take 1 to 2 setups a day. If I get my win, I'm out. If I lose and I see another clean setup happening, it has to be an A+ setup, then I'll take it. But most of the time, if I lose, yeah, I'm out. Just 1 to 2 setups a day, so I won't even take this much. But because a lot of the time, if you keep getting entries on your demand or supply setup, eventually you're gonna get taken out. But see if we can get another one here. Okay, so we have a gap. Like the gap, I want to see this gap get filled with a wick rejection to head back to the upside. Okay. So the 15 minute we do have so this is looking clean on the 15. On the 5 we didn't quite get the tap, but 15 is looking nice. So I would have preferred to get an entry at the break of this candle, but like I said, that's why I kind of don't like back testing, because you can't exactly get your right entry because the candles don't move like a live candle, just skips. So I would have wanted to enter right at the break of this candle. So if I were to enter here, stop loss there. That's a little one-to-one. Okay. Could probably still get that. Just rejecting off of here. Go down to the 1 minute. See what's happening on the 1 minute. Because sometimes I like to also drop down to the 1 minute so I can see more. And if price wants to hold off a, say, a break, retest a resistance area like this, like it did, got a wick, come back up. So that also gives me a little more confidence in the setup too. So I'm gonna get my entry on this. Just go a little more. Okay. Take profit. We'll set it at the 15839. Okay. See, it's not even a. There we go. Okay. So I'm just gonna go for 1-to-1. Like I said, I would have liked to get my entry a little earlier at the break of this candle, so I wouldn't quite need that much, but yeah, hopefully we can still get this. If it's gonna hold out the 50. Shit, that was close. Okay, we go down to 1 minute. So we're just near the 1-to-1. Let's see if we can get it. Okay. Let's see. Nice. Boom. Nice 1-to-1. Could have got a little more out of that setup, but yeah, luckily price held off that 15-minute SMA, or 50 SMA, sorry, and yeah, we got a nice 1-to-1. So we up 600 on the account, but yeah, what's that? I think that's how much should we take? Let's see. See, all these positions were just zero. That was just me trying to find my right risk. So the only positions I actually took are the ones with numbers. So let's see, out of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Alright, not bad. So right now we're 3 for 4 for our trades. 1, 3 out of the 4. See if we can get one more setup. And that'll probably be it for this video. But it's looking like we're approaching this. Let's see right here. So yeah, we're approaching this 5-minute supply. Or we just tapped into it, and there's all this liquidity, this gap that needed to get filled. So price might have a little rejection here, might want to have a little reversal, but we're gonna see if we can get a break of the zone. Then yeah, bullish, but let's see what happens. That, like, when price is getting close to an area of supply or demand, there's support and resistance, and Usually I'm a little hesitant on taking the setups. Like usually I like to wait to see if we get a break of the zone. Like when we're in the zone like this, I usually don't like to take the setup. So we're gonna see what happens. Let's see it get broken. Okay. So we got a break of the zone. So we could look for a nice little break and retest setup. Let me see what's looking like a lag time for it. So we gotta get a nice, lots of breakup structures to the upside. So I'm bullish on this still. So let me see if we can get a retest of the zone. I'll get my entry. So now we broke this. Okay. See, that's fucking annoying when that shit happens, bro. Because it's like now you can't get your entry. But yeah, okay. That could have been it. But we did break this. We did break under this 5-minute demand. So I don't know if I would have took that. So let's see now. If we can get an entry on a demand setup. I'm gonna delete this zone. I don't like too much shit on my charts. Okay. So now it's looking like it wants to come down. Let me see. I prefer, see, I don't really like this demand because that's pretty high. And the gap already also got filled. So this is most likely going to get broken. So I'm going to see if it's going to hold off this 5-minute demand. And this is also closer to the 50 SMA, so it's a higher probability it's gonna want to come there. Okay, so price finally came, tapped back into the zone. We did get a rejection at the 50, but now it broke, corrected, looking like it wants to hold. I'm gonna 1 minute. As you can see, price corrected, and now buyers, it looks like you're starting to step into the market again. So I'm gonna wait and see if I can. Okay, yeah, there's no volume. I mean, okay. Here we go. So yeah, it looks like price did hold off the zone, going back up. Now I'm gonna look for my 5-minute demand here. We got this demand lining up with the 50 SMA. We have a gap that needs to get filled. So it's gonna be the same thing. This one. Okay, so we broke that. No. Okay, so we did break the zone, but I think I'm still bullish on this. I think it's just trying to grab some liquidity and come near the 50 SMA. So this zone is no good, but we have this one right here. See, I don't like how we're under the 50, but Let's see. Fuck, man. It's just so annoying. Because I would have got my entry right. The break of the candle right there. So this would have damn near been one set up right there, but I don't like to enter late like that. So unless I can get unless price wants to come down on the 1 minute to this resistance area, then I'm probably not gonna get an entry. Okay. Nice rejection. Perfect. Okay. So I'm gonna get an aggressive. So if that happens, if I'm looking on a 5-minute demand and I end up missing my entry, then sometimes, yeah, I like to go down to the 1 minute so I can see what's happening better. And most of the time you'll notice that even if you missed your entry, price is still probably going to come back down before going back up, because there is, yeah, going to be like an area, like a resistance area on the 1 minute that it wants to tap into. So I'm not going to wait for the break. The candle, I'm going to get an aggressive. I'll have my stop underneath the zone. Give it a little room. And go for a 1 to 2 minimum at least on this. Take profit would be at 16883. Damn. So we just got stopped out, and it's probably, yeah. Okay. That's unfortunate, but that shit happens. That was not a bad trade idea if I just had my stop a little lower. Could have got that, but you know, it's all good. It's not bad. What are we? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, 3 for 5. That's not bad. We're still up 373 on the account, so yeah, it's not bad. That should have been a winner right there, but it's all good. Shit happens. Gotta learn from it. So we'll check it out. Okay, so this session, yeah, won 3 out of the 5 trades. 60% win rate. But honestly, that last one should have been a winner. But that's not bad. Still profitable. So this wasn't too long of a video, but I'll make more of these. And this is my first time making a backtesting video, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys learned something from this. And I'll see you in the next one.